Greetings, my name is Cindy Kirschman and I work for Transition Services Liaison Project. Throughout the spring of each year, I and my coworkers hold Catch the Wave events at universities and colleges throughout South Dakota. However, due to COVID-19, that wasn't possible this year. So we are going to bring you Catch the Wave virtual style. Throughout the presentation, you will hear many of our presenters talking about the differences between going to college and attending high school. There are key differences between being in high school and getting ready for college and attending college. However, something I want you all to remember and know is that if you are a student receiving services on an IEP, it is possible for you to attend college and be successful. However, pay attention to the presenters and listen that there also are responsibilities that go along with that possibility. I hope you enjoy our virtual Catch the Wave, and I hope you receive some information that's going to help you be successful as you plan to go to college and attend college. Do know if you have any questions about the PowerPoint, about what the presenters have said, reach out to your transition liaison and we can be of assistance. Thank you. I now would like to introduce Kirk Bender. Kirk has a very good message for all of us. He's a good friend of mine and the Transition Project. He has presented for us. He has helped us out with different events. And so we asked him to come and share his message of being in high school and going to college and being successful. So Kirk, I'll turn it over to you.
My name is Kirk Bender. I went to and live in Aberdeen, and I went to Aberdeen Central. I was also on an IEP for reading, writing, math, and comprehension, or something along that lines. When I was in high school, I didn't think college was a thing. Well, I knew it was a thing, but I didn't think I was capable of doing it. I was told that I was not going to make it in college. And so I just put it on the back burner. Well, when it got to my senior year, I decided to just go with it and apply. I did my ACT 2 times. The first time I said, oh, I can do it on my own. Didn't do so well. The second time I reached out when with assistance from Northern's Disability Services, I was able to take the ACT with just me and that person and did really much better one-on-one doing the ACT. And then I applied to Northern and got into Northern State University. I thought about just trying college on my own without any assistance, but I knew that was probably going to be a disaster. And so that's what it got. What I want to go into is accommodations. In high school, you had your teachers who would help you make sure you got stuff in on time, and were just making sure you were at least trying to pass the classes. Or they had extra time slotted for you to work on stuff. College is a little bit different, and I learned this a little bit hard way. So I applied to Northern, like I said, and I met with the disability coordinator the summer before I started. And they went over my IEP, and we went over accommodations. And then they reached out to the teachers and letting them know my accommodations, and the teachers had to follow those accommodations. Most of my accommodations were extended time on tests, or there was it's called note taking, and there'd be another student who would take notes, and I would get them either at the end of the week or beginning of the week, and I would compare their notes with mine to make sure I got everything down. Because I'm more of a visual person, and so I would rather stay engaged with the professor and engaged, and so I wasn't always writing things down or catching things. And so that's one of the things. And then when it came to like exams, I would go up to the disability office and take my tests up there. And then I would have extended times. The big difference between high school and college is you're not going to have anyone nagging you to get things done. It's all on your own. And so that was a big struggle for me because I was used to high school. Oh, they'll make sure I get it in. Oh, it's fine. But college hit and I'm like, oh, I'm responsible myself. And so that was a big challenge I'm trying to overcome along with my disabilities because from high school to college, I didn't want people to know, like a lot of them, to know I was having accommodations, which was my choice. But my teachers knew. And so they would accommodate me, but if I didn't ask, I wouldn't get them. And so that's where it came handy to have my IEP sent to the college and have the disability coordinator help me with that. Later on in college, I didn't do so well. And so I decided to try it on my own without having to use the resources that was provided. That was a bad mistake. I almost failed out my sophomore year, but I decided to kick it in gear. And I went back to the disability coordinator. I went to Voc Rehab, and with their tools and resources, a lot of my homework was essays and writing, which is a struggle for me. I'm really bad at spelling. Math is really difficult. It's hard for me to comprehend things. And so I got Dragon Natural Speaking on my computer. And I was able, instead of writing, I could verbally talk it out, which made it really easier for me because then I could just go off without having to really like write down to worry about spelling because it's all there. And so my advice for people who are moving from high school to college is you can do it. We all can. I was told I was going to be able to. I'd fail out right away. It came close, but I put my mind to it and decided that it's time. I was the first one in my family to go to college, and I set my mind to it, and it was possible. It may have taken me 6.5 years to do it, but I did it. I didn't give up. And so you just have to keep that mentality that I think I can, I think I can, I know I can, I know I can. Because you can. It's realistically. You just have to make sure you set yourself up to succeed and make sure you reach out to those coordinators because all colleges and institutions have them, to reach out to them, and they're a tool to use. So yeah, another thing is like most like high schools, like with your IEPs, you get tested and you after high school you don't. They just base it off of your last IEP. So it's really handy to, if you need technology or assistive technology, to make sure you have that in your IEP, because then you can use it in college. Voc Rehab is an amazing tool for college. They help pay for a few semesters in college. They helped with all, if I needed help with tutoring and all that. I could also get books as an ebook so I could have it read to me so I could understand it a little bit better. And the disability office helped me with that too. They would get books and online, and they would give them to me so I could click and have it read to me to better help me understand it and comprehend, especially if there's words that were hard to pronounce or understand. And that's just like math too. Math is the worst for me, and college is not the easiest for math. And so it took me 2 years to get through math because I struggled through it. But there's tutoring centers and there's always help. You just have to reach out. They're not going to come to you. You have to go to them. And so my word of advice for anyone going to college or wanting to go to college, just do it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. College isn't for anyone. Sometimes I think maybe I should have went to a technical school. 2 years, got a trade instead of a 4-year program that turned into 6.5. So you just have to find the right program or the right school that fits you. I know friends who have transferred school to school until they found the right fit. And so I just want to thank Cindy and the liaison specialist for having me come on and talk to you guys. And if anyone has any questions about transitioning from high school to college, just reach out to Cindy or one of the liaisons, and I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. And I guess I'll pass it back to Cindy.
Thanks, Kirk. So one last question I have for you is, what if you're a student watching this and your family and your teachers and you yourself feel, I can't do it, I can't do it? I know
That
you,
happened.
that
That
did
happened
happen to
to me. Yep, it happened to me. My parents stuck by me. They supported me no matter what, but it was the teachers and the high school people who said they didn't think I was going to make it. They didn't think I was going to be able to make it through college. But I'm like, I'm going to try at least. I'm just not going to go empty-handed. And so I just went and applied and just did it and pushed on. Yeah, I had struggles, but I chose not to give up.
Cool. Thanks, Kirk. I just really wanted that message to get across. So thank you very much.